As well for Willian. All in all, a great day for Arsenal. Let's hear live from the manager right now. Mikel Arteta is with Des.
Thanks, Jake. Is that what you wanted today to start the campaign? A comprehensive victory, Mikel?
Yes, I wanted to see my team determined to come to this difficult ground against a really good team that is being promoted with a lot of energy and do the things that we trained and have the spirit that we've shown again today.
So the new faces had a good afternoon. Willian had a couple of assists and Gabriel a debut goal. They've slotted in very quickly.
Yeah, they've been training really well. To be fair, for Gabriel, it was a big challenge to come to this small ground in the Premier League. I think he didn't play for 6 months with everything that happened in France. For the new guys, Mikel again, I think it was brilliant today again. All the boys, they tried really hard. The ones that came on, they have to push these guys again, and we'll keep going.
I was talking to Lacazette a moment ago. You gave him a high five as he came off the pitch. You were pleased with his performance. There's been a lot of speculation about his future here. He says he's happy here. He's clearly in your plans at the moment.
Yeah, he is in my plans. A player that I like a lot. That he knows that he has Eddie in his back or next to him, I would say. He's going to push him, and whoever is in better shape is going to play. And the same for the rest of the team. It's
interesting though, because you've revised a lot of people's view on El Neni as well, who hasn't played a Premier League game for Arsenal for 16 months, yet here he is. You're giving players a chance to prove themselves here.
Well, Mo has been excellent since day one in training. He's a player that I know really well because we play together as well. I know what he can give us and how willing he is as well to improve, and I think today he was phenomenal.
And what about Rob Holding? There was speculation of a loan deal for him. Has that changed now because of David Luiz's injury?
I said to him, change your mind because you're not going anywhere. Again, Rob is another one that stands for every value that we want at the football club. He had a really difficult time, but he trained and persuaded his dream to play for this football club. And now why I have to let him go? You're already playing, so what else do you want?
And Aubameyang scores a trademark goal, of course. I take it you'll let us know if there's a change in his contract situation, because we can't ask every single day, can we?
No, I think I am really positive that we're going to get it done very soon, and hopefully in the next few days you can get some news.
Congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
Next few days.
He's signing.
Signed or signing?
He's signing.
I want to talk about Willian very briefly. Coming into this team, we all knew what he could do, but he hit the ground running. 2 assists today. Some people are saying it's 3, it's only 2 because it doesn't count the one that the goalkeeper saved. But he looks at home straight away, doesn't he?
Oh, it's a perfect day for them. You know, him Lacazette, Aubameyang. It's a top front three, isn't it? And it's capable of beating any defence. But yeah, he'd be really pleased with his performance. I think Chelsea would be disappointed to see him go. Really, I know they've brought some players in, but it's strengthened the rival of theirs because it's definitely going to help Arsenal because he was a class act again today.
So important, man. Depth. It's an 8-month season.
Yeah, and he's come in, and you've got to think of the likes of Saka.
Yeah.
Probably one of their most creative players last season. He's on the bench.
Pepe?
He's a young lad. Pepe, £72 million. So, but he's added that little bit of class, that experience, etc.
That's about as good as it gets on the opening day as far as Arsenal are concerned. Fulham, welcome back.
Yeah, difficult one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I said before the game, don't let the first game of the season define your season. But yeah, there was some plus points, but they can't let their heads drop. So, I mean, they've been, you have to say, battered by a team that are full of confidence and look very, very sharp. But I saw some plus signs from Fulham, so it's not the end of the world, and it's day one.
Yeah, I think defensively they look out of sorts defensively. I think in the centre back area, I think they didn't look comfortable. They didn't look confident. And at this level, you've got to find what you're good at very quickly. Otherwise, if you're still searching for that after a few months, it's very hard to recover. Get this game out of the system, watch it, analyse it, work out what you were decent at, and if you caused Arsenal any problems, what was that? And keep continuing them traits, and then find your identity at this level. It's different sometimes having an identity in the Championship and coming up. Can you continue that here? If not, then find what you're good at to hurt these bigger teams.
The goals were avoidable, apart from Aubameyang's goal, which was a class. There was 2 avoidable goals there, and you can't do that against top quality opposition.
Well, let's have a look at one of them then, because this was scored just a few minutes into the second half. You know, having conceded 8 minutes into the first, Fulham conceded 4 minutes into the second. It was all round though a good debut from Gabriel. topped up with a goal.
Yeah, but this is a manager's nightmare for Scott Parker. You know, like, you don't mind Aubameyang's goal, you don't mind, but this, I mean, there's no movement. Usually we analyse, we put arrows and movement and where players go. It's literally all the players are stood there. There's only Holding with a bit of movement, and he's just headed it in. It's food and drink. I would have loved to have been on the pitch at that stage.
I mean, Hector's there. He's the one up against Gabriel. You've got to at least jump against your man, or you've got to make it difficult for your opponent to actually make a run to get on the end of things.
But a great header from Gabriel, and I thought he was very good in the air. He was dominant, strong.
I'll tell you what, let's talk about him a bit, because I will reveal some secrets here. First few minutes into the game, the two of you were not overly impressed. I won't say exactly what you were saying, but you were questioning him and the decision thing, but it was really early on, and suddenly something changed, didn't it?
Yeah, and I think sometimes when you're as ex-players as we are, you sit there, you make judgments quickly on players.
Did you do that when you were a player?
Yeah, exactly. A player come in the change room and you go immediately, first 3 or 4 touches, ain't for me.
Decision.
And then players grow on you and they start to build. And today I think was a fine example of that. We were sitting there saying certain things negative based on what we were seeing. And early on, this is early in the game, you think, well, what, this is the same old Arsenal maybe. Buying a centre half that doesn't really fit into the system and doesn't play, was sloppy in possession at times with his passing, but you've got to give people time, finding their feet, a new system, new asks, and a new league and a new country. But then it all grew from that and became very positive, and he had a very, very, very good debut.
Yeah, and he's 1v1 areas. He doesn't look like people are going to get past him. He's strong, he looks quick, and as I mentioned, he was dominant in the air all afternoon. Obviously deserved his goal. And rightfully the man of the match. I mean, he doesn't have to do a great deal there. I have to say it was bad defending from Fulham, but that'll give him the world of confidence, and he's still a very young man.
See, I look at it and I think if you're a good player, you're just a good player. But obviously playing in different formations, different shapes, different teams. I mean, when you went to Leeds, it happened to you, didn't it? Suddenly you're playing in a very different setup. How much does that take time to adapt?
Yeah, the whole Leeds team changed the formation and played a 3 at the back, and it was like everyone was out of sorts.
Right.
And we lost the first game 3-1. Confidence at a low ebb. But he's changed it. He's come here, gets a goal, they win 3-0, look comfortable, and you like to think he'd think in his mind, right, I'm plugging that gap. There's been an issue here at centre half position. He can only be confident from this. And I think what's great about this Arsenal team at this given moment, it's the first game against a newly promoted team. Let's not get carried away, but it's a team full of confidence from momentum from last year, and you can see there's a bit more depth now as well with the players they brought in. They've got Saliba to come into this. Ceballos was sub who came on. You know he's got that quality as well. There's El Nene's been very good Community Shield and today, and so there's players. Pepe was sub £70-odd million player. So the depth in the squad now, and Nketiah nearing in on the top goal scorer for the 21s. They've got players that are coming in and are having an impact, and you're saying actually yes. And you listen to Lacazette's interview, respect in terms of tactics, what the manager wants, ambition. They're aggressive with and without the ball. They're really happy here. There's a big difference in the sound bites coming out of the Arsenal change room now to compared to months before and years before.
Talking of, go on.
No, I was just going to say, these are all things we didn't talk about Arsenal. It's like the exact opposite, if you're honest. But Arteta's come in and you can see a shape and the way they're playing. Rio touched on it at half-time. There's so much to go into with how Arsenal play, and they all know their roles. And it's I don't want to get too excited about it, carried away, but it was exciting if you're an Arsenal fan.
And I know people at home will be thinking, first game of the season, can the three of you calm down a bit? If you take a look at recent results, they've won 18 of the last 30. Man United, top 4 team, won 19 of the last 30. Chelsea, top 4 team, won 18 of the last 30. The numbers...
Complete improvement, and I think the powers that be at the football club will be saying, actually, yes, we look like we're on the right road now, and going in the right direction. And I do read a lot into the players' interviews after a game, the way that they talk, again, the sound bites that come out, and everything is becoming positive, and it's a big change. And there's reason for Arsenal fans to be excited, not carried away, but excited, and look at the future and think, actually, I can see the trajectory of this team is now starting to move in the right direction.
Let's talk about another reason to be excited. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. It's the worst kept secret in football that he has a new contract. For whatever reason, it's not quite finalised or not quite been announced yet. But we all believe it's going to happen sooner rather than later. And today he proved his worth again.
But listen, if he doesn't sign it, he's the best actor I've ever seen, because he looks happy. He's on fire, and I don't see any reason why you wouldn't sign the contract. I mean, he really is the golden boy match winner. Rio said at times during the game, he doesn't look like he's in the game. And then, one little moment like that, he opens his body up and it's becoming a trademark, isn't it?
Yeah, we were sat behind that, right, watching it. And as soon as the ball hit his chest, we were both sitting there going, he's going to score. That's the feeling you get. Only top players get that out of you when you're in a stadium. We're lucky to be here as fans and watching the game. And he gets you off your seat when he gets into them type of positions, facing defenders up. And it's hard to defend. We can sit here and say he should have showed him outside, he should have showed him inside. A player of that calibre, he dictates them situations. He doesn't allow to be dictated to, and it's great to see.
Yeah, it was similar in the Community Shield, wasn't it? I don't think he had runners either side, coming around the back of him, and he just cuts inside and opens up and finishes. But if he doesn't get those runners, then I don't think the fullback would get out to him quicker. But it's so hard to stop.
Listen, Arteta needs to get him in a headlock, get the pen out.
It's done now.
Get him signing that.
You thought after the FA Cup final, you actually watched the interview and said, I think he's off. What do you think's changed?
I don't know, he just sold me a dummy, I think, like he does on the pitch. I just think that, I just read into it, he's not committed, he's non-committal. Either he's asking for a move away, or he's saying, I'm not committing because the terms aren't what I want yet. And I think that's where he's been. But listen, after what this guy's been doing, I think he's got...
It's so impressive. And yeah, it's been the Community Shield, and it's the first game against a promoted side. But what I have to say is so many positives from Arsenal.
I think Croucher, we spoke just before the game finished, the final whistle went, we were saying they're still pressing.
Yeah.
This is an Arsenal team very different. And Croucher said similar players, but a new manager. And he brought new ideas and he's brought a new belief. And actually, this is the way I want to play. If you can't run, if you can't work hard in this team, you do not play.
Love it. Let's get some instant reaction then. Des is busy down on the pitch. Des, who have you got?
I'm here with Alexander Lacazette, the goal scorer, who scored the first goal. A very positive performance this afternoon. That's a great way to start the season.
Yeah, it's the best way to start the season. We wanted to win today and defensively have a clean sheet. Offensively, I think we did some good stuff and respect what the coach wanted. At the end, we won 3-0, so everyone is happy today.
You say we respect what the coach wanted. Can you hear him throughout the game? It's like he's directing events from the touchline.
Yeah, exactly. He want us to be perfect. We work a lot in a week for this kind of game because we know it's really important for the season. And we have to respect for what he wants. And
you got Arsenal off to a great start with your first goal, and of course it's something you did a couple of seasons ago as well. Scored the first goal in the Premier League. In terms of goal scoring, do you have to keep this goal scoring every week because of the competition there are now for forward places at the club?
Yeah, as well for the team, for the club, because we have a lot of big ambition. We know Oba's going to score a lot of goals this season, so I want to help the team to be on top. I know it's my job. It's not only to play and do the link-up, so I try to do my best to help the team.
Mikel Arteta gave you a big high five as you came off the pitch. I mean, there's been a lot of speculation about your future. Are you happy here? It looked that way.
Yeah, I'm really happy. It's only the press and the people who say I'm not happy, I want to leave. But me, from the beginning, I say I'm happy with Arsenal and I want to play, win title. We won title last month, so I'm happy with Arsenal.
Arsenal's away record last season wasn't the best. It was quite poor, in fact. But you've changed that already this season. But in recent months as well, since Mikel Arteta turned up, is it because you're more aggressive without the ball now as a team?
Yeah, we want to be aggressive with the ball, without the ball. We just want to improve on every aspect of the game, and this is what we work every day, every week to be better.
And do you think this club is now equipped to challenge for a top 4 place?
I don't know if we are ready, but we want. We try to. Every day we work a lot to pretend to have a place in the top 4.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations indeed then. Let's just confirm the result today and also all the games coming your way on the TV over the next few days. Every game is going to be live, and that means that Crystal Palace against Southampton follows straight after us right here. So stick around if you want to see live coverage of that here on BT Sport 1. A bit of team news for you. The 2 summer signings